We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area of bright green bars to the dip area of white with red borders, and continuing to fight to try to hold that support above the 426 area. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:15 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision. And put options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, doing a full transition down, trying to hold the support in today's volatility. And we're going to break down what's going on here with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators and what key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot sent out a bear indicator at 8:10 a.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision. And put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from bright green bars, as I call it, the rip area, to the dip area of white with red borders. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bear indicator since around the 428.30 area, and outflows now dominating again and crossing back over at negative 1.62. Now, the stock continues to find support here around the 426, 426.50 area. And this is definitely something to not ignore here. It looked like it double bottomed, brought itself back up. And now the question mark is, will it triple bottom before the next leg up? Or will that support be tested and broken through? We're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. And the first thing I'll be watching very carefully, and that's going to be critical, is these inflow versus outflows here on the 30-minute to justify any strength back up and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator. These inflows need to switch from red to green and start pushing upwards towards the midpoint. And if we go ahead and zoom out here and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see here that the outflows have crossed as well. And when we zoom back in to the 15-minute, a full transition has happened from the rip area to the dip area, just like the 30-minute. A bear indicator popped up here in the first half of the day at around the 429 area, and outflows crossed over, full transition to the downside. But right now in this sideways action here between the 426 and 427 area, inflows are trying to pick back up, guys, and this is going to be critical and crucial going into tomorrow and today's after hours. I'm going to be watching this carefully, because if these inflows cross back over the midpoint, it could quickly start to reflect some of that strength into these charts to possibly cancel out this bear indicator and get a bull indicator in the process. And it's going to be crucial and critical, because that could possibly roll over that strength into the 30-minute, right? And then on the 1 hour, when we zoom back out here, we could see here in the bigger picture that these outflows are sitting at negative 1.38, some of the highest negative outflows that we've seen in the last recent crossovers, right? The most recent highest point was back on May 31st, back here at around negative 2.23, and right now it's sitting at negative 1.38, guys. And it's going to be crucial for these inflows to switch from red to green and come back up towards the midpoint and eventually start reflecting that strength into these charts as well. And on the 1 hour, a full transition from the rip area to red bars have happened, and the last piece missing would be white with red borders for the dip area if that weakness were to continue. So something to not ignore there and overlook in the volatility of the 1 hour. Now, I'm going to share with you guys the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. So the first key levels I would watch is support, guys. And if these outflows continue here on the 15-minute, it rejects and pulls back down, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts to retest the key support levels of 426.50 area and below, and also pull down the 30-minute even further away from the midpoint. And I would not ignore that. And the first support level is 426, guys. That was the support yesterday, 426.50, 426 area. Super tight range there, something to not ignore. And if that gets broken through, the next support level below that is down towards the 423 area. And then below that is the 420 area. Those are the key levels I'll be watching to the downside. Now, to the upside, it's going to be critical and crucial for these inflows to pick up here on the 15-minute. As you can see, slightly slowed down here. They need to cross back over, and if they do, it could possibly start to reflect pretty quickly that strength into these charts, eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator. And I'll be watching if that strength of these inflows picking up can roll over into the 30-minute chart and start pulling up from red to green these inflows and trying to cross the midpoint as well to quickly start reflecting that strength into these charts and start retesting key resistance levels to the upside, right? And eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a bull indicator as well. And the first resistance level I'll be watching in this tight range, if this bear indicator could get canceled in the process, would be 427.50. Lots of rejection there today. And if that could be turned into the first staircase effect to the upside, the next resistance level above that is 428.50, and then comes all the way up here to the high of the day of that 429.50 to 430 area, right? Being some of the highest points that we've seen in the last several days, and a huge resistance in the last several times it's been touched, right? Touched it today, rejected it, touched it twice on Monday and rejected it, 430 area. And if 430 gets broken through and these inflows start to bring themselves up and pull up the 1 hour with it by rolling over that strength into these charts as well, well, then the next resistance I would watch is 433 area. Now, these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. These inflow versus outflows are going to be crucial and critical. It's something to not ignore, especially how the 15-minute are actually pulling up right now and trying to get towards the midpoint, and they're green. I'm going to be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow's volatility and seeing if some of that strength can roll over into the 30-minute as well. And I'm going to be watching the bull and bear indicators very carefully. As always, guys, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.